The battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
To see one of our favorite matchups to watch, Los Angeles Infamous and San Diego Dynasty are about to play each other here in the semifinals at the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez, and we have seen so many awesome fights between these two teams over the years. And Todd, was this 3 years running we get to watch these guys play in the semifinals?
3 years in a row. Dynasty, Infamous, semifinals. It's gone madness both years. Both teams 1-1. And, I mean, we're out here again, you know, just like at World Cup, where we're going to see a crazy match come down to, you know, last-minute heroics and crazy play. I mean, you got that game where, you know, in Dallas when Tyler Harmon came running down the field, and
Flying Tyler
comes down, and you know they score there at the end to win. And then last year when you know Oliver Templeton makes that move, and he comes down, blows Ryan Greenspan to bits, and then comes through and ends up winning that game for Infamous.
I remember the one where Oliver almost tied it up with that diving hang, but wasn't able to get it. And then at World Cup when they played each other and played all the way through regulation tied, through overtime tied, into the one-on-ones, go all the way to 5 one-on-ones, and Zach Wake was the hero of the day and pulled off that last one-on-one victory. But, and my God, every time we watch these two teams battle, it's an amazing match. So hopefully we'll get that same type of game out here in the mud here in Dallas and see which team will advance to play in the finals at the first event of the season.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first round right here. You know, one of these teams going to punch their ticket. Infamous won Dallas last year, you know, also definitely looking to repeat. So Dynasty, they looked good that last game, you know, in that comeback victory against Impact. Impact was up 2 points with, I believe, about 5 or 6 minutes left, and Dynasty came charging back. Impact just didn't look like they had it there at the end, and you know Dynasty really pushed aggressively through the middle of the field and really put it on Impact there at the end. And that comeback victory, big game by Kyle Spica and Brandon Short. You know, kind of a big momentum swing for Dynasty in that game, and then you know some really good play up the middle by
Ryan Greenspan
and Alex Rodriguez. So. You know, what are we going to see here? You know, we've seen Infamous. These are the two teams that have been really attacking hard over the middle. Everybody playing really well up and down the rosters on both of these teams. In addition to that, you know, the game plans that both of these teams are coming up with right now have been really successful. So, you know, I like the way both these teams are playing. Again, you know, it's that rematch. You know, it's the rivalry. You know, this is going to be a really good game. Can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it looks like we have a couple moments here as we're on a little quick technical timeout. Looks like they're getting something sorted out before the start of this game, so which gives us a little bit more time to break things down. So it looks like starting this game for San Diego Dynasty with Ryan Greenspan. It looks like Blake Yarber will get the spin on the D side along with Dalton. Alex Frazier and Brandon Short will be the starting lineup for San Diego Dynasty. And each one of those players has had some big points for Dynasty to get him to this point. And for Infamous, can't quite see they're hiding behind a bunker out there. But you know, with Infamous, the way they fought to get here, you know, with their new revamped lineup, they had picked up Alex Goldman from the Los Angeles Ironmen. They also have Trevor Reeser on their squad. And we saw both those players play pretty big for Los Angeles Infamous to get them this far. So two high-powered lineups, two of the best teams in the business, about to throw down here. And also, what sort of breakouts are we going to see? You know, with that last semifinal or quarterfinal matchup between Tampa Bay Damage and Houston Heat really had locked in their off-the-break shots, and that ended up being the big difference. So, but with Infamous and with Dynasty, they had been cheating a little bit more, not cheating, but, you know, edging more into the center. And that had really kind of been, and Dynasty actually had one of the most unique center breakouts that we saw during their game. So not really sure exactly how they're going to give this first look to Infamous, and then same thing with Infamous. You know, the snake side really slowing down because of the mud bog. So as we're on this quick technical timeout, we're going to head to a quick commercial break. Stick with us.
They say paintball is 90% mental. The mental aspect of our sport goes far beyond game plans and visualization. Now more than ever, Empire provides an unmatched support system for you both on and off the field. Having this level of support allows you to focus on the things that you need to go out there and get the job done. The Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. Thousands of players, hundreds of teams, one family, one support system.
So we are back, still on a technical timeout. San Diego Dynasty and Los Angeles Infamous waiting in the wings right now before the start of this first point. And it looks like Dalton's going to come back and try to get some water, refresh himself before the start of this point. And Greenspan trying to stay loose. No, and also the big question for Dynasty heading in, a lot of fans were asking, was, no Oliver Lang this year. So Oliver Lang taking a sabbatical from San Diego Dynasty, which was a huge shocker, not only for the fans, but for the guys on the team themselves. And, we've listened to, and it's actually, there's a Planet Eclipse, one of the main sponsors for San Diego Dynasty, along with HK Army. They're doing, they've shelved the roster for 2015. They brought back the Artifact series, and one of the first teams they're profiling, they already have a couple little segments called Artifact Fragments out. It's about San Diego Dynasty, so if you want to know and haven't seen it yet, you want to see San Diego Dynasty's thoughts on the departure of Oliver Lang, definitely want to check out that series. So the question heading in was that going to play a big factor for them? Because Oliver had, as it's Oliver Lang, man, he's arguably the greatest player ever to play paintball, and he was the 2013 Top Gun Award winner. Archie won it last year from San Antonio X Factor. But the question was, how big of a loss was that going to be for them? But because of the phenomenal play by Alex Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez, he was playing good for the Ironman. I feel like he stepped his game up even more now when he came over to San Diego Dynasty.
Well, this field layout was tailor-made for his style of play. This is go hard, go heavy up the middle of the field, and wheel and deal, and that's one thing that he made his name on with the Ironmen. Mm-hmm. So, Damian Ryan, he's definitely not afraid to go up in the middle too.
Well, that's what makes this so interesting, because Damian was slaughtering people for Infamous, so we're going to see that battle.
Yeah. So, how many bodies are going to be left over? After the chaos goes on through the middle of the field this point, and who's going to be smart and finish from the outside. We saw Brad McCurley, as a great compliment to Damian Ryan, as it has been for several years now, coming out wide over here on the snake side and finishing games. And then, pretty solid play as well for Infamous on that Dorito side from Bornstein, Rudolph, and Zach Patient as well. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly down on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Tyler Harmon on the Dynasty Pit. Now, you guys had an epic comeback earlier today, but you had a slow start. You got behind 3 points. You were able to bring it back. What do you think caused that slow start, and how are you adjusting going into this semifinals match?
It's paintball. Sometimes you can't control some of the shots, or some circumstances don't go your way, but you just fight back and you play with grit and heart, and you'll come through.
I overheard you and Frazier talking about how you guys were making moves too soon and you needed to outweight the impact players. Do you feel like that's the same going into this one?
I don't know, not necessarily. Every team's different, so we're just going to play our ball and not really give a shit about what they do. Excuse my language.
And can you tell us how difficult it is for you guys? Is there a difference between the two sides of the field? Like if one is one more difficult than the other due to the mud and the conditions of the field?
It's Slop Fest 101 out here, so it's all sloppy everywhere. It's just sloppy.
When you know it's going to be sloppy and that's going to affect your play, what things can you focus on to make sure you're still being as productive as possible?
Making good shots, making good moves, being smart, communicating, all those simple things that come together to make the big picture.
All right, we'll see if Dynasty can get this win. Stay tuned.
Featuring wood, speed, or rec ball, Cousins Paintball makes it simple. Cousins Paintball is home to the XPL Lite, UWL, Star Series, SCPA, and PSP. Come to Texas's largest park, Cousins Paintball.
Cousins Paintball. You shoot paintballs.
The streets ain't chasing the same things you chasing. There's many temptations out there. Just stay focused, man. As a team, though. As a team. That's all I knew when I was here. That's what kind of kept me focused. That I finally ran into a team. And you guys have that same thing. Because this you will never die. It'll never die.
I love the way it fits, and it's not really loose. I don't feel like, man, I hit the ground, it's gonna come off, because it really fits my face. It's kind of like this one was made for me, and it's kind of crazy that I think that way, you know. Probably they probably souped it up, you know, just for me. They ain't tell me, did it on the low. They said this one's Jerry's. I believe it. Hey, man, I don't put nothing past nobody, man. It's a conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy guy.
So the battle begins here in 45 seconds. First semifinal matchup of the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. Los Angeles Infamous and San Diego Dynasty. Dynasty in blue, Infamous in green and black. Infamous representing Empire Paintball with their Vanquishes, and Dynasty shooting those Planet Eclipse Geos and LVs, and also representing HK Army. So here we go. Yosh Rao, Alex Frazee, Blake Yarber, Ryan Greenspan, and Brandon Short starting this matchup here for San Diego Dynasty. On the flip side, Los Angeles Infamous, they field Kevin Callie Rudolph, Damian Ryan, Alex Goldman, Brad McCurley, and Corey Bornstein. Split screen breakout, Infamous on your left, Dynasty on your right. And here we go. Looks like Alex Goldman moving over towards the snake side of the field, where he's been playing all tournament long and able to make it out alive.
LA Infamous shooting 2 bodies on the break. They get Yosh Rao and Alex Frazee.
Yeah, but they also get a major penalty. So major penalty assessed on Los Angeles Infamous, which is going to even the body count up. 3 bodies left alive for both squads. Yarber, Greenspan, and Short still on the field for Dynasty. But Alex Goldman into the snake. Let's see if Ryan Greenspan can hold off.
Bails out of the middle and goes back to the snake side temple.
Well, I think he saw Goldman get in there, but he doesn't know where Goldman is. That's the issue. And we see Goldman, and he's going to come down and just roast up Blake Yarber. Blake Yarber had no idea that the snake was hot. Unfortunate for Dynasty there, but great for Infamous. Infamous on the attack. Goldman wrapping around, trying to get a shot on Greenspan, and on the back center bunker where he got a shot on Brandon Short. So it's just Ryan Greenspan left alive. And Ryan Greenspan does not know that Damian Ryan had pushed as far up as he did, and he's going to take 2 shots in his chest. So Ryan Greenspan and the rest of the crew from San Diego Dynasty going to go down 1 here early to Los Angeles Infamous. However, still 1 minute and 20 seconds left on that penalty, and it was Brad McCurley, Todd, drawing that major.
Yeah, I was looking over at Dynasty side on the break. I didn't see him get shot, but, I mean, it's tough, you know, playing that blind zone over here on the snake side. You know, you're kind of just, you know, playing the edge of that edge of the A, then the edge of the tower, and I mean, it's tough. Brad looked like he traded out with his guy. Brad ended up getting a penalty.
Yeah, so when looking at this on paper here, Los Angeles Infamous and San Diego Dynasty have battled each other for years. Very close, but to be honest, Infamous didn't really have a great season last year towards the middle part of the season, and just really inconsistent, and that's why that clutch metric is so low. Dynasty also struggled middle part of the year, which is why their finishing metric is so low. But regardless, these 2 teams very evenly matched. They're 1-1 for the past 3 years playing here in the semifinals. Let's check in with the referee, get an update on that penalty.
Player number 13 of Los Angeles Infamous is charged with a major penalty. The player was hit in the leg.
So Todd looked like he got hit in his leg. I didn't see it either. I was looking over at Infamous when you were looking at Dynasty, but I was looking at Alex Goldman, so didn't see Brad McCurley get shot, but that's why we have referees. Yeah. This game brought to you by Empire Paintball, and then we're looking into their factory team right here, Infamous, and there is the coach and owner, Travis Lemansky.
Yeah. There's Travis, Reeser, Callie. Callie was that lone body. Back there as Damian came through the middle of the field, traded out with Ryan Greenspan to go and hang that first point for Infamous. Looks like Spica, Short, Rodriguez, Harmon, and Vanderbilt. Infamous with their 4 bodies. They have 112 on their major. Referee running in to take a look at Dalton over there in the corner. He's going to take off running. Infamous able to get their bodies out alive. Alex Goldman gets out to the corner, but then gets shot, bumping up to the snake side temple. Damian Ryan, he's going to get pinched out as Dalton Vanderbilt jumps up into the 50 Dorito.
So Dynasty taking full advantage of this power play as Dalton storming down that D side of the field. And there goes Alex Rodriguez, who's going to sprint the flag in to try to preserve this power play, or at least as much of it as possible. He slips and slides and touches that flag up. Still 43 seconds left, so very quick point here by San Diego Dynasty to tie it up 1-1. And it looks like a major penalty is going to be thrown on Alex Rodriguez, which is disaster for Dynasty. They had tons of bodies left. It was the right move to sprint it in to preserve that penalty, but you've got to thoroughly check yourself before that happens, or this could occur. So it looks like Dynasty will not get the points. When you hang a flag and you have a hit on you, you're going to get a penalty. It's a dirty hang. You don't get the point. And so a couple bad breaks here early on for San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez took off for that flag. Dalton Vanderbilt ran out to the corner and made a quick move up the field and was able to get into that 50 Dorito and take out Damian Ryan in the back and Drew Templeton right away. But, you know, let's get the ref call down on the field.
Player number 3, San Diego Dynasty, will be charged a major penalty for playing on after elimination.
So let's get that replay. Here's Alex Rodriguez running in, and he's going to slip and fall and hang the flag. So what I was wondering there was, you know, I remember Jacob Edwards one time ran in and, you know, brushed his loader up against the start box and pulled some paint off it and got a penalty on it. I was looking for Alex Rodriguez maybe to make the same thing, but no, he definitely had a giant hit on his loader as he went in and hung that. So he's going to get a penalty, and that is also going to negate the point for San Diego Dynasty.
So now both teams with the penalty. Alex Rodriguez will be in the box. I believe that's his first penalty in his tenure on Dynasty here. It's the first event he's playing with them, and he's played phenomenal. Like, just amazing performance by Alex Rodriguez. So there's a little hitch here for him. He's going to have to shrug it off because there's a lot more game left to play. 18-22 on the clock. Brad McCurley's still in the box for 43 seconds. So both these teams will be starting with 4 bodies.
We see we've seen a really good power play or a penalty killer from Dynasty. They like to run out to that Dorito side mini race, back center, snake side corner, and the first inside temple and shoot across the field. We'll see if they're able to get out there this time. Infamous. Looks like we're going to have another technical timeout on the field. There's Damian Ryan, Trevor Reeser, and Callie Rudolph. Alex Goldman staying on the field for LA Infamous.
And Damian Ryan just staring down, ready to play up a point here. And Damian Ryan has been such a huge star for Los Angeles Infamous for the past couple years. We really saw him. I mean, Todd, he's been around for a while, but he really broke out. I think it was 3 years ago is when he started just murdering people for Infamous and really kind of became the player that we know him as today.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the first day he came in, you know, he was a killer. You know, we were lucky enough to get him and Brad for World Cup of the 2011 season. 2012 was the first year that the rest of the crew came over to Infamous. But, I mean, even then, Brad was just like, send me the snake, send me the snake. You know, Damian Ryan, you could put him anywhere. He's just so crafty and, you know, one of those just very unique players that can do so many different things. So, looks like Dynasty lining up for that same sort of breakout. Alex Frazier probably going to go to that snake side corner. Ryan Greenspan going to edge and go to the snake side temple. Yosh Rao going to shoot towards the Dorito side, and I believe that's Dalton Vanderbilt over there. Dalton Vanderbilt is going to go to the mini race. Yosh Rao on the field right now, lining up with Dalton Vanderbilt. And there's Alex Rodriguez in the box. It looks like we're still on this technical timeout. They're trying to figure out what's going on over here. I think what the referees are trying to figure out right now is whether or not there was a guy to pull. If there was more than one guy to pull when the game ended. So if there was nobody to pull and you get a penalty, then it's a point.
Well, I don't really see the refs. The refs look, their refs are in their spot. There's no conversation going on other than the manager for San Diego Dynasty, Eric Crandall, giving the refs a piece of his mind. But the refs appear to have it sorted out for themselves because there's no real conference going on. So, but we're still paused here, waiting to get this thing rolling. Teams are ready to go.
There was definitely a lot of people alive when Alex got the penalty.
Oh, yeah. There was, 3 or 4 bodies? They only lost... Did they even lose a body?
Yeah. I think one body maybe. Because Dalton was in the 50. Ryan was coming through the middle. There was like 3 guys running for the flag.
Yeah. There was tons of bodies left alive.
Yeah.
But still... But it doesn't matter.
Well,
because if you hang the flag with a hit, you hung the flag with a hit. Doesn't matter how you could be 4 guys left alive.
But the major, if there was nobody left to pull, and he gets a major, then it's a point for Infamous. Otherwise, it's no point.
Yeah, there was. So, they could have pulled 3 more bodies out, at least 2. At least 2. The Infamous is not going to get another point. I don't think.
No,
there's no way.
They shouldn't get another point on that. It's a dirty hang. No point for Dynasty.
But I'm wondering
because that'd be like giving him 2 points.
Well, I'm wondering what Crandall was so angry about because I never saw another point go on the board for Infamous.
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous. So here we go. So on the breakout, both teams down a body here. Yosh Rao up to the center for San Diego Dynasty, shooting towards that D side. The center player, Damian Ryan, gets shot in the head for Infamous. He was shooting towards the snake side, so he catches one. So advantage Dynasty right now.
Alex Goldman in the snake side for Infamous. Looks like Alex Fragi did make it out wide, and then he is going to sneak up into the outside temple on the snake side. He's got Ryan Greenspan with him, who stayed home in the back center. Yosh Rao up there in the center with Dalton Vanderbilt now in Dorito, the mini Dorito. Brad McCurley getting ready to come out of this box. 1 second, is he going to get out alive? He does. He breaks out to the Dorito side and gets in there alive right behind Callie Rudolph.
Oh, but Dynasty loses Dalton on the D side of the field, which will even up the count.
And Yosh.
As Alex Fragi makes his move into the snake, so things not going Dynasty's way here. Guys dying out of their spots. They had an advantage, but they squander it. So now Dynasty down a point and also down a body. Trevor Reeser, Alex Goldman, and Kevin Rudolph alive for Infamous and working their way down the D side of the field as here comes Callie Rudolph. And Callie Rudolph is going to get that shot on Alex Fragi. So Dynasty not executing even though they had the advantage there. So now it's just Ryan Greenspan.
And looks like
I think Ryan got him, though.
Brad McCurley going to get shot. So 2 bodies left alive. It's a 2-on-1, but Ryan Greenspan takes a bouncer in the chest. 30 seconds for Reeser and Goldman on your screen right there before A-Rod comes out of the box. Ryan Greenspan trying to keep them, trying to buy himself some time to make this a 2-on-2.
Yeah, well, in 16 seconds.
The Infamous not knowing where the bodies are. Ryan Greenspan standing in the wide open in a 2-on-1 situation. I'm not sure if he knows where Goldman is.
I think Ryan's calling a hit on Goldman, and Goldman's not hit, though. Here comes Goldman cutting down the side, and he's going to run down Ryan Greenspan. So beautiful job by Alex Goldman, but then he gets taken out.
And Reeser going to pick up Alex Rodriguez. It's going to be just Reeser alive there for LA Infamous at the end as Reeser shoots Rodriguez coming out of the box. So Goldman, I mean, he played off Ryan Greenspan thinking he had a shot on him. Gave him the look on the left, broke right, came through the middle, traded out with Greenspan, and Reeser was heads up enough play to just post up on the box for Alex Rodriguez coming out.
Well, it was a great move by both Ryan and Alex Goldman. Alex Goldman just was able to get the better shot on him. So it was one of those plays where there was, as you're watching the replay here, is Alex Fragi getting shot cross field. And that left just Ryan Greenspan over here. But Greenspan did a great job. You see Greenspan in here, and Greenspan's going to come around. He had made a good move to get there, but then Goldman, he makes that amazing move down the cut there in the highway. So nice job by Alex Goldman here to save the day for Infamous, and then also Reeser to stay alive and win this point here for Infamous. They're going to go up 2-0. That's the type of paintball you see when there's no coaching, though. You know, when you let the really good players just play the game. And when I say no coaching, I mean somebody on the sidelines yelling, "Hey, he's coming," or "Hey, he's here." You let the guys be able to play the game, and that's when you see that super high level of paintball. I mean, Greenspan did an amazing job of getting a crossfield kill, and then he was able to make the move up. Goldman lost him for a second, but then as soon as Goldman found out where he was, he made that move up. So that was some beautiful paintball, but prevailing in that point was the Los Angeles Infamous squad, and now Dynasty going to have to attempt another come from behind here.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not like Dynasty doesn't look like they're playing bad right now. Infamous, had a couple good points. Dynasty, beat him a point, but then, had that dirty hang there at the end. Couple majors on both sides so far. So, typical Dynasty Infamous game. Things are getting a little crazy. So, it's all good.
Wow, and also, again, hashtag PBA Live. Send us your photos of you guys watching. Look at Brandon.
Oh, look at Brandon Cornell. Can't play paintball for the Ironmen, so we gave him a new job. He's now our new switchboard guy, handing all the audio in the booth here for Paintball Access.
So off the break here, back 5 strong. Both these teams here. Yosh Rao running up, gunning, and another major penalty on Los Angeles Infamous. Bodies dropping everywhere for Infamous. And just 2 players left alive, and I think maybe even another one there. We saw another red flag get thrown up. I think that was on that initial penalty, and here comes Alex Rodriguez trying to make quick work here. And Alex Rodriguez is going to come through, shoot the last player. So beautiful work by Dynasty to finally get on the board here and pull within 1. Didn't lose a body, I don't think. Greenspan hanging the flag up, and actually he's going to get checked out by Yosh. Then Yosh is going to hang it up to make extra super duper sure that they actually get this one.
So Zach Wake getting a major penalty. Where did he go on the break? Did he come out to the corner?
I think he came out to the corner.
So, man, that'll just hurt you every time. Infamous, the first 2 points, they shoot a lot of good lanes on the break, but kill people and then get major penalties. So we could check out this replay here in a minute. Bobby Aviles, he was one of the guys that got pulled. Maybe we can see where Zach Wake got this major penalty, but the referee's over there discussing it. As you can see, the referee's really been doing a good job out here. It's always harder to ref, just as it's hard to play. Let's check in with the referee down on the field.
Player from Los Angeles Infamous will start for playing on after elimination. Player was hit in the wrist.
So it looked like Wake took one in the wrist. And Wake's going to trudge out there to sit in the box. Look at this replay here. So looks like Wake coming out, running and gunning. He stops there. You saw there was the flash of the paint coming off of him in the wrist, but still continuing to shoot his gun. See it again here. Rewind it back a little bit. So you see that? It comes off. And
right about here.
There. Yeah, so he did take a hit. He only shot a couple balls after that, but that was enough under the referee's discretion to call that major penalty.
There's Brad, Damian, and Callie Rudolph. Callie Rudolph, I mean, he's having an event over here himself.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's been tearing people up over there on that Dorito side, but it's going to be 5-on-4. Let's see what.
Damian Ryan just got shot in the back of the head by his own guy.
But I think he shot one guy, and Dynasty's going to get a major as Brandon Short tries to play on with a hit. He's going to get pulled, so 3 bodies coming off right now. Just looks like Vanderbilt and Harmon left alive for Dynasty. So Infamous with the body advantage. They have 3. Damian Ryan, he got shot, but Infamous will get their body out first if it comes down to that. Callie Rudolph at Dynasty's Dalton Vanderbilt just made a move into the 50 Dorito. I don't know if anybody from Infamous picked him up.
I don't think they did, because Alex Goldman is looking around like he doesn't know where the bodies are, and rightfully so. I mean, he just got in a snake, and a lot of bodies just dropped off. So Goldman trying to count bodies. Callie Rudolph has been rolling his gun towards the center, and if Dalton's alive in there.
I think Brad may have just picked him up right now, unless he's shooting at Harmon. But no, Vanderbilt comes onto their side of the field. Is Mouse going to pick him up?
Oh, nasty. So Dalton still alive, got the first one. Was he able to get out I think he didn't shoot Brad, though.
No, lucky for Brad. He picked him up there at the last minute, and now Brad's got the drop on Tyler Harmon. So Brad's going to grab the flag and run it in. And Dynasty's going to blow the horn. So, wow, Dalton Vanderbilt almost blew that game open for San Diego Dynasty. That would have been ridiculous.
Just not enough, though.
Yeah, right there at the very end. Brad McCurley able to come in, pick him up, and save the day for Dynasty, or for Infamous. So that's going to give Infamous a 3-1 lead, and on the Brandon Short major, Infamous will be playing 5-on-4.
And in a penalty-riddled match, we haven't seen a match so far this event. Well, we've seen a couple, but only a few. And there was that amazing play by Dalton, who took out the first one, and then Brad was able to stay alive. But still, amazing move by Dalton. And then Brad coming to close it out to take out Tyler Harmon, finish that point off. So Brandon Short still going to be in the box for San Diego Dynasty. Let's get an update from the referee.
Player number 4 will be charged a major playing on after elimination. Hit in the leg. Player was from San Diego Dynasty.
Did Zach Wade get out of the box? I thought I saw him get out of the box. Maybe not.
No.
So it's going to be 4-on-4?
Nah, he's still standing there.
He's still actually in the box currently.
Still actually currently in the box.
I feel like Zach hasn't gotten a major in a while after we used to call his name all the time.
Well, Wake's
for all those flags. I feel like he's done a really good job of avoiding those penalties. That was a really close one, too, that he got there. You know, like on the wrist, on the dive, took a couple shots.
It was a really close one. That one could have gone either way. But, the issue with Wake, well, it's no longer really an issue because he doesn't get as many penalties as he used to. He also used to have a bad rep as being hard to coach and hard to work with. But he's one of those paintball success stories that over time he's matured as a man and really grown up. I got a chance to do a podcast with him, so if you haven't listened to that, go check it out after he was the hero at Dallas. So, really kind of was very honest about his shortcomings in the past and really worked hard to improve that.
Wow, Alex Rodriguez lucky to not get another penalty there. Once again, he got shot on the break, and he was looking to launch up the middle of the field. Well, Zach Wake coming out of the box right now. He's going to make it out alive onto the snake side, as Dynasty's got 20 seconds on their major penalty. Finally, Infamous gets Damian Ryan out alive. Zach Wake crawling into the snake. They lose Callie Rudolph over there on the Dorito side. Dalton Vanderbilt gets shot, but here comes Ryan Greenspan up into the 50 Dorito.
Damian Ryan's taking the walk as well. So here comes San Diego Dynasty. Yosh Rao making moves up on the D side of the field. Let's see if they can blow it open here. I don't think Wake has picked him up. Yeah, Wake has no idea. Neither has Goldman. Here comes Yosh Rao. Huge move. Shoots Zach Wake, shoots Alex Goldman, and Yosh Rao steps it up for San Diego Dynasty right here to pull within one. That was a gigantic move from Yosh Rao.
That was all Ryan Greenspan right there. He dove up into the 50 Dorito before Yosh Rao took off, got the first kill, and then shot Brad McCurley from the 50 Dorito. That opened up the door for Yosh Rao to come through the middle. So Yosh Rao going to go hang that flag. Crazy point right there again.
Crazy game. Losing tons of bodies
and then continuing to push up the field because Dalton Vanderbilt went down. And then he got shot by Damien.
So, Todd, 7 confirmed kills for Ryan Greenspan, 4 for Yosh Rao, and 3-2 is the score still. After all this game we've seen so far, still 12 minutes and 45 seconds to play.
Yep. There's the view. So if you can look from this view right here, this is the view from the back of the start box. Okay, we got a camera right up here on top. That's the back center right in front of us. Okay, so from this view right here, you can see, if I can get my arrow, right here through this gap. This is the first gap that these back center guys have. Guys that are shooting over the top, shoot over the top through this gap right here. Guys running out to this, I'm sorry, not that one. This, see this, this bunker right here? That's the can that people run up to, shooting this way, and you have this gap through the snake zone. So you see Dynasty a lot, from these spots, and then also from this side of the start box over here. It's actually like a little bit wider out, from right here. You shoot right into those temples, and that's why you see guys like Short and Ryan Greenspan, who are playing on that side of the field, kind of play that edge and then shoot those gaps. That's how they're shooting all the wide guys throughout this tournament.
Well, here was this move in that last one. Ryan Greenspan coming through and really opening it up, and then here comes Yosh Rao. So what a great tag team duo from Yosh Rao and Ryan Greenspan. Look at Yosh, coast to coast, comes and takes out Goldman, and then shoots Wake in the back. So off the break now, both teams back at full strength. Alex Goldman all the way to the snake off the break, and it looks like 5 bodies alive for both teams here.
Yeah, it looked like Short took another bouncer on the break too. Coming out to the snake side, Spica, he might have taken a bouncer in the head. He's asking for a check right now. Nope, he is eliminated. So first body to drop is Kyle Spica from Dynasty. There you see Ryan Greenspan up in the middle. Blake Yarber in that Dorito 1. Tyler Harmon, he's standing up tall in that can, trying to get a shot down on Alex Goldman. Damian Ryan finally getting out alive up in that middle of the field. Looking to attack Brad McCurley behind Goldman. He's working on Short and Harmon. There's Damian Ryan crouched low.
Good field position for Infamous right now on the snake side. Also a little bit better in the center with Damian Ryan making his move up. A little bit better field position in that center and on the snake side.
Infamous right now with a 3-2 lead. Tyler Harmon going to come up in the middle. Looks like he's going to get chewed up by either McCurley or Goldman.
That was not the move for Harmon right there. He ran right into the gun of Alex Goldman, and that pressure was there before. So a little lapse here, and that is going to open things up for Infamous. They are up by 1, and they now have a 2-body advantage. So it's going to be up to Yarber, Greenspan, and Short. And Short gets shot out of his bunker.
Short gets smoked by Damian Ryan, it looked like, there in the middle. He came up over the top and just took one. It's just Blake Yarber now.
So Dynasty going to concede that point. You can see Goldman gets up and yells at Ryan Greenspan for something.
Goldman.
Goldman
is fired up.
Yeah, he is fired up. He's been fired up all weekend long.
Yeah.
Well, new team for him, new look.
Yeah.
He's really excited about it, and it shows, man. He's having a great event. Infamous looking real solid right now, up by 2 over San Diego Dynasty. 11 minutes and 5 seconds to go, but we've seen a lot of momentum shifts already. I don't think this is the last that we've seen in San Diego Dynasty, so stick with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, I am here on the sidelines. I was just in the Dynasty pit during that timeout, and they were really spending the time to focus on how they can shoot out the snake side players. They know that's how Infamous is getting their advantage, so they're really going to be keying up on those players off the break. Back to you.
Also, Dynasty needs to tighten up their gunfights, though, Todd. You know, work on that survivability, losing a little bit too many gunfights out here.
Yeah.
But luckily getting saved by some really dynamic moves from a bunch of different guys. And then also penalties have played a huge factor in this match, so we'll see if we see any more of those as we progress forward.
Well, I mean, I think there was a couple points that could have gone either way. You know, and Infamous got one of them, Dynasty got one of them. You know, it's just another testament to how good these teams are at pulling games back and, you know, being, you know, clutch players that they are.
Yeah, so right now, Dynasty must-win point right here, man. If they let Infamous pull ahead by 3, I mean, yeah, there's a ton of time, but this is the point right here where they need to start clawing back into it. Alex Rodriguez, Dalton, Vanderbilt, Ryan Greenspan, Alex Frazier, and Yosh Rao out on the field for Dynasty right now. For Infamous, it's Bornstein, Corey Bornstein, Brad McCurley, Kevin Rudolph, Alex Goldman, and Damian Ryan. Up the center here, pretty strong. Not really risking anyone on the snake side for Dynasty. Trying to go heavy off the break. Yosh Rao gets shot quickly, though. And then here comes Alex Rodriguez up to the center. He gets a shot on Damian Ryan. That was a huge kill. That's going to even up the body count 4 apiece. Let's see if Alex Rodriguez can earn his keep here like he has been in the prelims.
Another body goes for Dynasty off that Dorito side, Matty. 3 bodies left alive. Ryan Greenspan kind of gets caught in the open. He dives head first into that can. Alex Rodriguez looking to make a move. But Infamous with a spread across the back line. They've got Callie in one corner, Goldman in the other corner, and Brad McCurley in the middle. They've got the 4-on-3 advantage right now.
Oh, but Ryan Greenspan loses a gunfight too. So we saw Rao, Greenspan, and also Dalton get shot out of their bunkers. And I think Dalton got shot out of his bunker, with leaving just Alex Frazier and Alex Rodriguez. And that is going to do it. And Rodriguez and Alex Frazier getting shot out real quick here. So Infamous just doing a better job of surviving right now, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, they're rolling the dice, man. We talked about this at the break. You know, both these teams are just running out to that snake side. Like, you got to get out there. I might get bounced, I might get shot, but you know, if I get bounced, I'm in great field position, and you know, it's been paying off for LA Infamous. That's for sure. They're going to go up 5-2, but you know, as we saw earlier, no lead is safe with San Diego Dynasty. But Infamous has been in this situation before. This is how those last couple Dallases played out. So,
well, the thing is Dynasty found themselves in this same spot in the quarterfinals, and they were able to fight back against Edmonton Impact and win that game 6-5 in a very similar situation as they find themselves right now. So we'll see if Dynasty can summon that magic again. Looking in the pits right now for San Diego Dynasty.
Yep, and looks like Infamous is going to send out the other squad. Here comes Wake, Avilas, Templeton, Reeser, and Zach Patient. Dynasty sending out Short, Harmon, I think Rodriguez, Spica. Looks like they're coming on the field right now. And I would guess Ryan Greenspan, 36 kills in 36 games played.
That's a 1.0 G rating. G rating is how many kills do you get per point. And 1.0, like a 1 kill per point played average, that's the level of greatness. We only saw one player last year that did that, and that was Archie Montemayor.
And Blake Yarber.
So you can hear that voice in the background. You can hear that. That's Travis Lemansky screaming at his boys, telling them who's out on the field right now, which dictates where they're going to go. So when you hear Spica, that means he's probably coming out wide on the snake side. He does. Dynasty shoots Zach Wake off the break. Did Spica make it out alive? We'll see. And it looks like Dynasty with a good break here as they keep 5 alive, and only 4 bodies alive right now for Infamous as Wake takes the walk. And it looks like Trevor Reeser gets shot out of that center as well. So now the opportunity, the door is open for San Diego Dynasty. Here comes Alex Rodriguez up to the center. backed up by Brandon Short. Alex Rodriguez past the 50-yard line. He's pushing forward. Looks like he gets one. He's going to come through. Oh, trips and falls. I think he might have got another one too.
Bobby Avila still trying to battle out of that back center. Brandon Short coming up the middle for Dynasty. Here comes Spica and Bobby Avilas. Not going to have enough.
So they risk it with Spica over here on the Snake side, trying to get out wide, and he does. Good, solid work by Alex Rodriguez. Again, what a force up that center. 8 confirmed kills for Alex Rodriguez.
I mean, you got to know that if Alex Rodriguez is coming out, that he's coming up to that can by now.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Every time he's lined up as the second guy on the Snake side, he comes straight up to the center tower, and then as soon as he gets a chance, especially if he sees the Snake Eye die, he's going to that can.
Well, it's not like he's been, spent any time going out wide to the D side or going out on the Snake side. I mean, if he's in, it's coming. It's just, can you stop it is the question.
Yeah, and he's favored the Snake side. I think we've seen him go through the Dorito side middle, maybe twice, but here he's going to come. He's going to catch Drew Templeton. And then there's Zach Patient going to pick him up as he comes through, but gets one on him before he can, stop that move. So.
And there's Brandon Short finishing off that point. And you can see Bobby Avilas just trying to do anything he can to battle out of that center, but he just looking at too many guns and too many bodies. So solid work again. And he's becoming a good finisher, Brandon Short.
Yeah, Brandon Short. He's always around.
I mean, he's always been a phenomenal paintball player, but he was the one, that first attacker, when he started his career for a long period of time, and it took a little bit of transition time for him to get super consistent as a closer, but he's starting to become that consistent closer.
Yep.
So now Dynasty only down by 2. Can they mount another comeback here like they did in the quarterfinals to make it to this point? We're going to see.
And here we have Spica A-Rod. Short Harmon. Short going over to the Dorito side now.
Off the break. Running ref coming in to check out Dynasty player in the center. Just pulls him out, though. So Alex Rodriguez, they finally stopped it.
That's twice that Alex Rodriguez has come running up the middle and gotten shot and had to get pulled out, Matty.
So now Kyle Spica able to get out on the Snake side. You see him on your screen. That's the back corner bunker on the Snake side. That's the hard spot to make right now. But Kyle Spica, 2 points in a row, able to get out there.
Yep, Damian Ryan up in the middle. There's Brandon Short in the back. Shot Dorito side, came back to the back center.
Looks like Corey Bornstein shot Alex Rodriguez and Dalton Vanderbilt. So really stopping the attack here for San Diego Dynasty.
Tyler Harmon moving around in the center of the field, standing up tall in that can, trying to shoot down on the corner. Corey Bornstein there in the back center with Damian Ryan up in front of him in Tyler Harmon's mirror. So Infamous has lost 2 players. They lost Kelly Rudolph over there on the Dorito side, but they still have the bodies with Alex Goldman and Brad McCurley over here on the Snake side. Corey Bornstein in the back center and Damian Ryan. Kyle Spica is in. Oh, Kyle Spica just took one in the goggles in the Snake corner for Dynasty. That's going to make things tough for Brandon Short. There in the back center, it's just he and Tyler Harmon. Now Harmon trying to lock off the Snake side. Short switching back and forth. Here comes Alex Goldman out of the corner, coming up the middle through the Snake side can.
Dynasty smartly concedes the point to keep as much time on the clock as possible. 7:34 to go. That will give them enough time to mount a comeback. However, Infamous is now 1 point away from taking the semifinal matchup and heading into the finals.
Yeah, I mean, but there is still a lot of time left on this clock, Matty. If you I mean, we've seen what we've seen with these guys.
Exactly.
It's never over till it's over.
You're right. There's a lot of time, but the issue is that now Dynasty is out of chances. They can make no mistakes heading from this point on.
Yeah.
They have to play some flawless paintball right now just to get themselves back in this game.
They need at least 3 points to tie this game up, to send it to overtime, and 4 straight points to win this game.
We've seen them do it before.
We have seen them do it before, and they can do it with the quickness. But can Los Angeles Infamous finally put them away after building a big lead? This is what is going to build that clutch bar in the game matchups out here, Matty.
Well, we'll be right back with potentially the conclusion of this match, or are we going to see a Dynasty comeback? Stick with us.
I love the way it fits, and it's not really loose. I don't feel like, man, I hit the ground, it's gonna come off, because it really fits my face. It's kind of like this one was made for me, and it's kind of crazy that I think that way, you know. They probably souped it up, you know, just for me. They ain't tell me, did it on the low. They said this one's Jerry's. I believe it. Hey, man, I don't put nothing past nobody, man. It's a conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy guy.
Getting a look here at, looks like a timeout called, and Rusty Glaze. Rusty Glaze, the coach of the team, going to be talking to his guys over this next plan for them. What sort of strategy is Dynasty going to come out with for this huge point for them? Backs to the wall, looking at possible elimination here if they cannot win this next point and win a series of them. Infamous, though, looking real solid here. They've done a good job of, even with all the chaos and the penalties and the mud and facing a tough team in San Diego Dynasty, Infamous just proving the better team here through the 9 points that we have seen in this match. Big shout out to Cousins Paintball Park here in Dallas, Texas, where the PSP Dallas Open is taking place right now. Go to head to cousinspaintball.com. So we got about a minute and 20 here before the start of, could be the last point, man. If Infamous can get those off the break shots, and then I don't know, Todd, what plan do you think Dynasty's coming with right now? They have Short out there.
Every time Dynasty
Yarber
has blown a game wide open, it's been like they talked about in the pit, was shooting the snake eyes. But Infamous is just continuing to make smart decisions on that snake side and get bodies out there alive. You know, whether they're getting bounced or they're running good lanes. But, you know, the fast points that Dynasty's got have been clutch play by Ryan Greenspan or Alex Rodriguez, or, you know, just blasting bodies off that snake side for Infamous. You know, you talk to, if you heard the interview with Greg Sewers after their last game, you know, they believe that, you know, the best way to blow a game right open is to shoot that Dorito side pretty quick and go through there. So, you know, different thinking, different teams. You know, what they're having success with is, you know, what they're seeing in front of them every game. But, I mean, for Dynasty, I think it's definitely hurting them that Alex Goldman has made it out to that corner so much. And, you know, Brad McCurley just really playing really well off of Alex Goldman's moves.
Well, it's come down to this. Can Dynasty dig deep here and put some points on the board, get back in this match? Uh-oh, they lose Brandon Short. But
Brandon trades out with Brad McCurley.
Yep. So
but it looks like Alex Goldman makes it out wide again. So it's really hard to make those moves up the middle when Alex Goldman is out there wide on the corner. But here again, there goes Blake Yarber all the way to the 50 Dorito.
And I think he makes it in clean, Todd. Yeah, he does. So Blake Yarber now may be able to produce some kills over on that D side of the field at that 50-yard line bunker. And here comes Ryan Greenspan now that the guns have switched towards Blake Yarber.
Yeah, all the guns have switched to Blake Yarber, and now Ryan Greenspan is coming up the middle of the field, and nobody has picked him up yet.
He gets a shot on, looks like Damian Ryan walks off.
Oh, looks like Blake Yarber might have just got shot. Nope, he's still alive. But Alex Goldman gets shot out of the snake side corner. Looks like just Callie Rudolph and Corey Bornstein left alive. They're crossed up.
And here comes Yosh Rao past the 50-yard line.
Oh, Ryan Greenspan just got shot 3-on-2 now.
Bad death by Ryan Greenspan trying to make something happen, but Yosh Rao saves the day up in the center again. So, hey, Ryan was trying to get it done up there. He got caught by a wheeling and dealing. Was that Bobby Aviles back there?
Corey
Bornstein.
Bornstein.
Corey Bornstein, yeah. So, but still tons of bodies left for Dynasty. Blake Yarber, Alex Frazier, and Yosh Rao still left alive. So here comes San Diego Dynasty.
You know, every game that Dynasty has blown open here has come with a big move down that Dorito side. Yes, they lost Brandon Short, but you know, Brad McCurley got shot early. Alex Goldman made it out wide, but the big move came from Blake Yarber, creating space by getting up far on that Dorito side, and Alex Frazier, who picked off Brad McCurley on the break, shot Alex Goldman down the wire, and then Corey Bornstein there at the end. So 3-pack for Alex Frazier.
Wow. Alex Frazier, the captain of the team, having a big game to keep Dynasty in the hunt here. So dramatic moments, of course, here in this matchup between Dynasty and Infamous in the semifinals. And you can see here on the replay, there is Ryan Greenspan coming up and getting that shot. But then he gets caught here he's focused on the last player on the D side and gets caught by Corey Bornstein. And then Yosh Rao came through along with Alex Frazier and Blake. So, and you can see there, last 3 players, or 4 players, and then Ryan gets shot right there. So, but Frazier's still alive, Blake and Yosh still alive. Point Dynasty.
Yep.
6 minutes and 17 seconds to go, Todd. Does Dynasty run the same game plan again? Infamous will be expecting it.
I think they will run a player out to the snake side corner. You got Spica. He's going to run to the snake side corner. Alex Rodriguez back in there. He's going to go up to that center tower and then try and make his move again. Blake Yarber, Tyler Harmon's going to go up to that can. Ryan Greenspan's going to shoot and then look to insert. And then Blake Yarber again, who just had a big game for them, heading out to that Dorito side. I would be surprised to see a similar breakout from LA Infamous. Can somebody shoot the wide guy this time?
So Blake running and gunning out there to the D side and pretty loose, but able to make it out there. Nice
Callie
work.
Rudolph gets shot going out to the Dorito side for Infamous.
Dynasty looking pretty good. 5 players alive for them. Here comes Alex Rodriguez up to the 50-yard line. Infamous on their heels again. Damian Ryan having to tuck into that center and try to get as tight as he possibly can. Rodriguez in good field position. He's trying to cut that angle down and push. Uh-oh. You see the move. There it is. Nice move by, who is that up the side? I think that was Corey Bornstein, who got the drop on Alex Rodriguez. So beautiful move over there by Corey, number 90 for Infamous.
And shooting Blake Yarber down the wire over there on the Dorito side. And Corey Bornstein, I believe, is feasting right now.
Yeah, takes out Tyler Harmon. Corey Bornstein just clocked in. Huge point right now for Los Angeles Infamous.
Just Ryan Greenspan. Oh, Kyle Spica gets shot out of the corner, so it's just Ryan Greenspan for Dynasty in the back. LA Infamous, 4 bodies on 1, but trying to play it smart, not giving any bodies away. They stop and talk about it. Alex Goldman yells for them to slow down, and they make it pay off.
And Ryan Greenspan, the last player left alive for San Diego Dynasty. You can see in utter frustration, drops his gun into the mud. And what an amazing job by Corey Bornstein to step up, and he was the big difference in that point. He made that quick move on the D side, got the drop on Alex Rodriguez, and then just starts murdering on that D side of the field.
And he made that move after losing his wide guy, Callie Rudolph, on the break, ran into guns. Blake Yarber had advanced up the Dorito side of the field, and he comes through big time. He's been playing great for them all event. And here he comes now again. 6 confirmed kills that match. Alex Goldman with 11 confirmed kills. Brad McCurley, 8 confirmed kills. And LA Infamous winning here in the semifinal matchups. They're going to punch their ticket to the finals for the 2nd year in a row here at the Dallas.
Trying to repeat.
Yeah,
they won this event last year.
Yep. So, wow, what a game. I mean, Infamous wins here by 3 points, but every point a tense point here whenever it's Infamous and Dynasty.
Yeah, we didn't get to see any overtime, and it did end 7-4, but this was a close match, as you see back and forth here on the highlights.
And there was that big move by Dalton Vanderbilt.
Just a vicious battle of 2 really high-level teams here, and Dynasty going to have to go home a little frustrated with their performance in this matchup here against Infamous. Decent amount of mistakes on their side. So don't forget, though, coming up next, we have Upton 187 crew going to be taking on Houston Heat in the next semifinal matchup here. And can't wait to see which one of those 2 teams will prevail and move on to take on Los Angeles Infamous. And then after that game, we're going to have the D1 semifinals, and then the D4, 3, 2, and 1 finals, and then we'll get to that final matchup. So lots more championship paintball coming at you here from the 2015 PSP Dallas Open, as these 2 teams coming out to shake hands in another crazy battle between Infamous and Dynasty. So what do you think about this next matchup here, Todd? We have 187 taking on Heat. I think one of the most interesting stories in this matchup is the fact that Nick Sloviak got cut by Houston Heat in the offseason. comes over to 187 and has been playing out of his mind for them up to this point.
Well, I don't want to jinx anybody, but sometimes when you play your old team, that's when you get that win, you know. But I don't know. Obviously, you know, Houston Heat has a stacked roster. They got all the Russians back, which is absolutely the difference. You know, they were winning tournaments when they had the Russians. They were horrible when they didn't have them. They got them back now. So, you know, they're really playing really confident, feeling really confident out there. But 187, you know, they have built and built and built, and now they're here with an opportunity to go to the finals. So will we see an upset here between 187, who is playing really well, or are we going to see Houston Heat? Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Damian Ryan from Infamous. Congrats, you guys just knocked Dynasty out of the finals, and you will be moving on to the finals. Now, you do work down the middle of the field. Once you get to the Xbox especially, you're extremely productive. What bunkers can you see really well once you get to that Xbox?
Well, first, I got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Empire Paintball. Equipment's working great. Paint's amazing this weekend. But once you get to the Xbox, it's really like an option. It's a read. So if you shoot one way and you kill the wide guy or they don't go, you know that you can release and not have pressure from the outside. So stand over top of the Xbox, you can literally see fills on both sides of the field and react to the game as it happens.
Would you say that's possibly the strongest bunker to be at on the field?
On this field, it is in certain points. Obviously, if they make the snake or make it wide, it becomes worthless. So it's kind of just situational on each point and how it breaks down.
I also want to talk to you about A-Rod. Whenever he went onto the field, your coach Travis was yelling A-Rod specifically. Why was he focusing so much on A-Rod when he was in that point?
It's two reasons. He plays a lot of up the gut, which is very dangerous if you don't control it. And if he hears his name, maybe it'll psych him out thinking like, oh shit, he knows I'm going middle. Don't go. You know, it puts a little bit of doubt in his mind and might change his game plan slightly on the run.
There were a lot of penalties during that match. When you see one of your guys get a major and another guy get picked off, what is the next best step to make sure that you keep the advantage?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. We always have battles with Dynasty with a bunch of penalties back and forth. And, you know, it's just hopefully you go out the next point, shoot a guy off the break, control the field, and run the penalty down. But it's just crazy every time it happens. You don't really know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next, we have Heat versus 187 to see who will be joining Infamous in the finals. Don't go anywhere.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on PSPevents.com. You don't want to miss it.